What's up, guys? I'm back with another video, and this one is something I've been wanting to make for a little while, but what really motivated me was watching JDM fight over the weekend, and you'll know why in a sec. But today, I will be diagnosing UFC fighters. And if you're confused about what that means, just hold on for one sec. Now, starting off, JDM. JDM definitely has autism. I noticed it over the weekend. He has trouble not showing emotions on his face. People kept saying that he was crying about these fights, and it got me thinking. When Carlos Prates kicked his leg and he said, and he looked like he was about to start crying, and his coach had to tell him, don't say that, stop saying that. The Islam fight, he didn't even take too much damage. He was just losing, and he looked like he was about to cry. Well, apparently, that's a big sign of autism. The kid may just be a little autistic, and that's okay. He's also socially awkward. If you've ever seen a JDM press conference, it's charmingly awkward, charmingly awkward. But it's it's one of the more uncomfortable things to watch. A little bit awkward. He's a little quiet as well, especially in the press conferences, in interviews. It's kind of one word, one sentence answers that are kind of rambly. And he only knows how to talk about fighting. That may be his special interest. I think that is the reason for a lot of this stuff. If you ask him a question about fighting at the press conference, he'll just start big grinning and talking about it. But anything else, it's kind of a one-word answer that always comes back to fighting. And he's very relatable. I know most people who train can relate to this. All we know how to do is talk about fighting. That's all we're really good at. And I relate to JDM heavy in this. Up next, Gene Silva. He also has autism, but opposite end of the spectrum from JDM. Where JDM is very, very quiet and socially awkward, Jean Silva is very loud and socially awkward in a different way. He lacks a lot of social cues. So I think while JDM and him may both not have great social cues, this sounds like bullying. I'm not trying to bully. They may lack certain social cues. JDM shows this by being quiet, kind of, not holding conversations as much. Jean Silva does it by being very loud, and it sometimes annoys people, but that's just a side effect of the autism. And his special interest, like JDM, is also fighting, and he also has a very hard time controlling his emotions. He cries a lot after fights, right after smiling and high-fiving his opponents in the middle of a fight, cried and yelled and screamed at the UFC belt when he saw it in person, and he is diagnosed with autism. He has admitted that he is diagnosed with autism. So this is not bullying. I'm just diagnosing. Abus Magomedov, asthma. This one should seem pretty obvious. He gasses hard after a round, and he trains so hard. I've seen clips of him training. Everyone that talks about him training says he has a great work ethic, yet he always gasses after a round. So that got me thinking, this can't just be him not doing enough cardio. This has to be something more. And I finally got it after hours and hours of tape study, over 100 hours of tape study. I figured it out. It's not a lack of heart. It's not a lack of training. He just physically gets too tired. And it's not the type of tired where your arms are, too heavy, where it's not something like that. He's physically out of breath. He's deep breathing. He's holding his side. It's not like a lactic acid buildup. It's a physically out of breath thing. And the only thing I can think that would cause this while being in great shape and training very hard would be asthma. So Abus, get checked out for asthma. I think that may fix all your problems. Really, this video is helping people. I'm trying to help these fighters get diagnosed, to help their careers, help their lives improve. So really, I'm doing a good deed right now. This is not bullying. Darren Till, speaking of not bullying, this one may be a little bit of bullying. I just wanted to point this out. Darren Till, torn ACL, obvious. He always has one. I just felt the need to mention it. And like I said, here on this slide, he probably has one right now. At any point in time, if you're ever wondering, does Darren Till have a torn ACL? He probably does. And that's also why he hasn't seen his daughters in 6 months. I'm pretty sure just the torn ACL. All right. Leon Edwards. I don't think he's autistic. But he does have social anxiety. He has a stutter. He is very quiet. And the famous video of him eating pizza in the club. That's the most socially, I was about to say autistic, socially anxious thing I've ever seen. He's dancing, looking around at the corner of his eyes. He just won the belt, and he's still socially awkward, looking around, eating the pizza, hoping no one's looking at him. Leon Edwards, go to a psychiatrist, go to a therapist. You may just have social anxiety. See, I'm helping these guys get diagnosed. Bryce Mitchell, schizophrenia. He's a flat earther. He has new revelations every day. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're necessarily false, but it's just the rate of revelations he's getting. It's too high for them all to be real. I'm sure some of them are real, but to have a new revelation every single day, and they're always very extreme things, I don't know. It just seems too much to be true. I just don't know if I can believe all of them. So some of them have to be made up. And a lot of times they're things that he sees, they're visions, they're apparitions, they're things like that. And he's so sure of the things that only he sees. He's so positive. There's no doubt in his mind. Where for most people, there might be a little bit of doubt. He is 100% sure of everything he's seeing. And for that reason, I do think he may be a little bit schizophrenic. But again, that's okay. Go to the doctor or maybe the farmhand or the local witch doctor, whatever Bryce Mitchell would like to go to. I'm pretty sure they can diagnose him, help him through this. There's still hope for all of these fighters. Again, I'm just helping these guys out. I am doing my good deed of the day by making this video. And I do think Bryce Mitchell is the last one. Unfortunately, I couldn't help every fighter on the roster. That video would have been 20 hours long, but let me know if you want me to do some more good deeds, some more charity work, to make another one of these videos. All right, guys, remember to like, subscribe, post notifications, whatever that means, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Oh, and yeah, peace. Oh, one more. All right, peace. Okay, see y'all. Okay, bye.